Hello, and welcome to the Vector Hammer tutorial series on Adobe Illustrator. Today, we're going to be covering the basics of Illustrator and how to set up and manage your workspace. So let's start by starting Illustrator. When Illustrator first starts up, it'll load a basic workspace and the new document options. In the new document options, you'll have recently opened items, as well as ways to create new documents. New document types include print documents for things like posters, flyers, business cards, and anything that would be printed, web documents for anything that would go on the internet, mobile devices, video and film, and then you have your basic CMYK and RGB documents. CMYK and RGB are both different color spaces that you'll use depending on your applications. Let's go ahead and just create a new print document. This will bring up our new document options window where we can name our document and choose a document profile. So let's say print letter, and that will give us a default width and height. You can also see that we have things like legal and the different European paper sizes. We can also choose our units of measure. We have points, picas, inches, millimeters, centimeters, and pixels. Let's go ahead and choose pixels. Down here in advanced, you can see that we have color mode, raster effects, and preview mode. The color mode, CMYK or RGB, are for the different color types. CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, and is typically used in print applications. RGB stands for red, green, blue, and is mainly used for web and mobile applications. So let's stick with CMYK. Raster effects are for effects that you're going to use that are advanced, typically for use in print. We have the option of 300, 150, or 72 points per inch. Screen is good for web and mobile devices. Medium and high are good for print. Let's go ahead and just keep it with high. Let's create our new document. This brings up our basic document with an artboard. This is this black outline. Typically, anything that's on the outboard will get printed or displayed, and anything that's off the outboard won't. It also gives us our basic workspace. The default workspace starts with your tools on the left-hand side, which have select tools, creation tools, transformation tools, and sort of assorted other tools. You also get your color palette, your swatches palette, your stroke, styles, and layers. These have different applications. Colors allows you to choose the different colors. You also get color guide, which will help you color match. Swatches are basic colors and styles that you can add, as well as brushes and symbols, which are pre-made things that you can use in your work. Stroke, gradient, and transparency are all ways of modifying your images and things you create. Graphic styles and appearance are for really advanced options that we'll be covering in a later tutorial. Layers help you organize your document to say which things are on top of others, as if you had a stack of papers. You can take these panes, pull them off, organize them however you like. What you typically like to do is organize the ones you have most, keep out. I'll show you the workspace I use. You can load workspaces that are saved by going to Window, Workspace, and then selecting which workspace you want. I'm going to select Widescreen 2, which happens to be my setup for this display. This brings up panels that I use a lot, like the Layers panel. You see I've extended to be rather large, because sometimes the documents I work with have many layers. I also have the Transform box to help me numerically move about any piece that I wish. I also have the Pathfinder, which allows me to merge, divide, join, and sort of mesh objects however I want. Align helps me to align different objects inside my document. Character and paragraph help me to work with type and text. Stroke, transparency, gradient, swatches, color guide, color, I've already covered. I also have the navigator, which allows me to zoom and pan however I need. The appearance and graphic styles, brushes, document info are all sort of advanced tools. Document info giving you anything you could really ever want to know. The secondary info panel down here gives me the X and Y coordinate of wherever my mouse is in the artboard, as well as the width and the height of anything that I create. For me, I try to use most of these tools as often as I can, so I've saved them into my workspace. Once you get a workspace that you like, just simply click Window, then go to Workspace, save your workspace as whatever name you want. It'll then show up in your Workspace Manager, which you can get to by going Window, Workspace, Manage Workspaces. This will list them, you can rename them, create new ones, and even remove them. Go ahead, try out some of the different tools, just play around with Illustrator, set up a workspace you like, and come back next week to continue our tutorials with the shape tools. Thank you for joining us.